last week there was a person that called in and asked if the hosts believed in loving everyone. And though I wouldn't go as far as to say I love everyone, I try awfully hard not to hate anyone, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's even the people that have done me wrong, if things are, as you said before, is there, destiny, if things are cause and effect, as you said, I don't believe that, blame is definitely difficult to really quantify, and it's a necessary component to our, self beings, and we do get angry and we do get upset, but forgiveness is something that I think that we should kind of try to adopt from maybe even religion in a way, because in a way I don't know if I feel hatred towards people who I do ask that they pay for what they do as a means of either a rehabilitation or but and I know some people are too far gone. I've known people who have every reason to hate someone, and it's a difficult thing to overcome, but I think forgiveness and things like that are actually very important in some respects, at least in a minuscule way,
Yeah, I don't have a big problem with that. I don't find forgiveness and goodwill towards others to be particularly restricted to the domain of religion. I think if forgiveness, I think, is done for your own sake more than more than the person you're forgiving. You're choosing to let go of something because it's not serving you, resentment or whatever it might be. But yeah, I wouldn't even say we're necessarily borrowing that from religion. That's
sure not.
That's a human thing
right.
That's been going on, and religion's kind of glommed onto it like they glom onto a lot of things, ethics and everything else.
I'm not sure that I am completely on board with forgiveness as a general principle. I mean, I do believe that it is better in a lot of cases better on a personal level not to hold on to grudges and to try to see the best in people and to try to support them and help them and see the good in other people. At the same time, I think having a value system where forgiveness is valued above all else can really throw the victims of some wrong that's been done under the bus.
That's true.
And I think this is really on topic for the current time because, there have been a lot of public figures recently who have been in positions of power and have leveraged that position of power to sexually harass people, to hold down their careers, to basically blackmail them using their power in order to manipulate them into doing something that they want that might hurt other people. If I'm the victim, then maybe I'm in a position to forgive that person personally. But if I'm supporting a system where I say the most important thing is that we forgive that person, sweeps under the rug the systemic problems that might lead to more abuse. And so maybe that's not the most important thing in situations like that. I'm just running with your idea a little bit.
No, I totally I support that completely. I don't, I obviously didn't call in to condone, anything egregious. It's just, like you said, for the person, for the person that's been victimized, no matter, it depends. It's not. I'm just saying I wouldn't say it's unhealthy try to forgive. In some instances, I guess some instances there's just no going back, and it's just not something that, I guess it's more food for thought for me right now, that you had, made that assertion that, there are, people out there that'll use their power and that deserve punishment. Definitely. I want to stand by that, of course. I don't know. I myself have been, wronged in many ways throughout life, as I'm sure a lot of people have, and more so than me, obviously. But I really find it easier to not latch on, and at least don't let the hatred, control you.
I agree. It's good for your own mental health to just not dwell on the things you hate all the time. Ethics is complicated, man.
It is. It really is.
Well, and it depends a lot on circumstances, like Russell was saying. It depends on, and ultimately, it's up to the person who's been wronged to decide whether to forgive or not. It's not up to other people to say, you really need to forgive this person.
Absolutely.
It's a personal thing, and it depends on a lot of specifics.
Well, I don't mean to embarrass you two, but I myself. Here's the thing. What is it with atheism and male pattern baldness? Because
what's the deal?
Hey, we have at least three hosts who don't have. We have at least 3 hosts who don't have male pattern baldness.
Yes.
I know you. I know you're. But I'm just saying, I think it's punishment.
If I were a very self-serving atheist, I might say something like, well, it is our enormous bulging brains that crowd out the hair follicles. But I think that would be kind of douchey, so I'm not going to say that.
And for it to be a punishment, it has to be a bad thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, lots of cool-looking people are bald. And so are we.
Exactly. All right. Well, hey, have a good rest of the show, and I'll talk to you two later.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Mark.
Baby. All right. Bye.
Okay.